tell the people more about the advantages of our products.
They never lose their cool.
Expand your mind. But I've got a better source of information.
All right, brother, how you feeling, man? Welcome back, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice little long hiatus here, man.
Indeed. Hey man, let's jump into this shit, man, because I got a couple other things I want to, do a roundabout, So
definitely.
Go ahead, man. Break
just
it
to let
down.
you know, this is Dirty 30. I am your man, Beat Down Brown, with my esteemed co-host, Mr. Ed Dabalina. Mr. Ed Dabalina.
Yes.
What's going on, brother?
Indeed, family. Indeed, man.
How you feeling? What's been up, man? How you doing? What's going on?
Laying low, man. We had to take some time off, and now we back like crack. Yeah, man, we doing it. Like I said, man, like I said, I got some shit on my mind, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man.
You want to get into the meat of the show, or you want to go on what's on your mind? What's on your mind, man? Go ahead.
What you call it? The hot topic right now, man. This whole fucking Jim Jones shit. Yeah. That's what I said when you were sending me sides. I was like, bro, how come this ain't hit your radar, man? I mean, I understand it's foolishness at the highest level, but it's him really. It's like, dude, I understand, man. You trying to get your numbers up. You're trying to get your name. People talking about you and get your shit popping again. Bruh, it's like Nas addressed you damn near 20 years ago with Second Childhood, and somebody actually put it together and got the clips with the song playing in the background. It was like, bro, he addressed your ass. He's seen clowns like you coming for years, bro, decades. And for him to keep doing this, come on, Jones. I like Jones. I like him too. And the fact that he's going out like, a bad knee, come on, man.
Here goes the comedy. Here goes the comedy about this, because it's funny, because when I was picking topics and stuff, I didn't know if you were going to want to really step into that.
Definitely, bro. We need the clickbait, not the shit we love. Clickbait. That's what we got to get the numbers up. Punning, all that shit. That's what I wanted to hit motherfuckers in the head with, because it's like, this is too easy. Come on, Jones.
It's funny that you go into this whole Jim Jones versus Nas thing, and the fact that he was approaching it in such a manner with his full chest.
Yes,
like,
that's what made it. That's what made me, pique my interest. Like, bro, you're not playing. I get cast trolling and doing all other shit, but he's saying it, with both pecs. Like, bro, you got a lot of okay. All right, man.
So for those who have been hiding under a rock and don't get where we're coming from with this, Jim Jones and the overall internet is trying to say that Jim Jones is more relevant and has done more for the culture than Nas has, which is, I won't even say I understand it. I say it's preposterous. There's a certain amount of people that you just don't come for. And you don't say, as far as this culture, this thing of ours, if you want to go there, that you don't say that, oh, I'm bigger than that. Oh, I did that. That's you. I watch a lot of sports, just like you watch a lot of sports. And it's like the funny thing about this whole aspect is the reason why I think there's as much support for this as there has been is a lot of the loudest and wrong voices that are out there are much younger than us.
Yeah.
You have people that grew up with Jim, but didn't grow up with Nas.
Right.
We were fortunate enough, we didn't just grow up with Nas. We were there when Nas first hit the scene. We understand how electric that was. I said this before on a Handsome Beatdown. The crazy part about the Nas thing was, and me and the brother Disco, aka Handsome Mandela, are going to be covering this in the episode coming up. Illmatic, we're not even going to go over the whole catalog, whole discography.
All you need is one. But go ahead.
Illmatic literally changed the face of how you make a record. Previous to Illmatic, there was the DJ / producer combo to the MC. And if there weren't any other producers, you didn't know it. It was kind of like swept under the rug. There was a producer slash DJ and MC. That was the combo. When you look at Gangstar, everybody else, you had a sound that went with this MC, and that's how it went. Salt and Pepper Kid and Play going off of Herbie Love
Herb.
Bug,
Yeah.
Chubb Rock with Hitman Howie T. Everybody had their particular sound from their particular area with their particular producer. Illmatic popped up and it was up there's like
It
four
was
or
all
five
hands on deck.
producers.
It
Yeah,
was
all hands on deck
deck.
because this cat is that ill.
Yeah.
You know, no pun intended with the name of the album, but this cat is that ill. Everybody wanted to work on that album. It's like, wait, hold on. 4, 5, 6 producers on one record? This much of a diversity of sound? Yeah, it was all New York sound, but it was all different folks shaping that sound. Even on the West Coast, if it was NWA, it was Dr. Dre doing the production.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It
But
was
hold up. It was like you said, that was like the introduction. But then when they did Doggy Style and the Chronic or whatever, those are time capsules.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Those you cannot, like Snoop Son said, you know, Dad, you need to recreate before he bought Death Row, you know, records before he got it. He's like, you need to redo your masters and put it back out. He was like, I can't. He's like, not because I don't want to. He's like, but I can't recreate that sound.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that's what Jim Jones, because they both last name are Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, Jones don't understand that, bro. You got a couple timeless songs. He got timeless time capsule errors or whatever, bro. You got a couple good, you know, balling and a couple other joints. That's it. Not a body of work like this man. He has like certain things you just can't recreate, and we will never get that sound. We will never get that many dope producers on one fucking album, like you said, all from the same era. But you know who's who. You know a Primo. You know a Tip. You know a Large Pro. You know what I'm saying? And
you know Pete Rock. You know what I'm saying?
You know everybody has their sound. I can't say had because they're still in the game. But yeah.
Was Easy Mo B on that album or no?
I don't think so. I don't think he
Okay.
was on there. It was just, you know, the ones we listed. But yeah, that and Dre and or whatever. It wasn't just Dre, mind you. We slept on Daz.
Right,
You
but
know,
I'm
Daz
saying
and Warren, all those cats, you know,
but that's why I said
all hands on
NWA
deck.
era. Because
Yeah,
see,
yeah. Just Dre.
Illmatic changed up. Illmatic changed up even how Dre worked with the fact that, like you said, Daz, Sam Snead, Code 187,
Yes.
DJ Quick,
Yes.
all of them started pitching in to
Yes.
create that G-Funk sound when it came to Chronic, Doggy Style,
Yes. That
and
whole
Chronic
Death Row
2001,
first.
everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. That changed it up. Now it was like no longer was it one band, one sound to go to
Right.
the drum line. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It was like, nah, we gotta
got
go and
everybody.
cover the whole house, man.
And it wasn't an ego thing. It was, we got to put on for this dude. We want this dude to win. And we don't have that mentality doesn't exist anymore. You know, you got cats like, man, just send me your tracks. And, you know, it's not a collab anymore. It's like, give me this and give me that. How many times you turn on YouTube and you hear, oh man, that was my beat first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was, you know, I had that first or whatever. It's like there's no gelling anymore. You know, the whole creative concept, like the Dungeon Family, you know, brought back where the motherfuckers, they ate, slept, did everything together and created the sound, just like, you know, George Clinton and them back in the day. You know, so
yeah,
that's what's missing. And we get it, but these kids, because everything's so fast, yo, man, I made this on my phone. You know what I mean? And everything is so instant. They don't appreciate what went into a solid body of work, not just a song you could buy for 99 cents.
Well, here goes what makes it funny that you brought this to the table. There was during the BET Awards, there was a moment where Kai Cenat talking about Young and Wrong at times. Kai Cenat was up there like one of the feature kind of like internet hosts of the BET Awards, and he ran into Wale. And Wale dapped him up, gave him his props like that. He's like, whatever, you know, cool, yeah, man, all right, I get at you. Walked away. He's like, who is that?
Right.
And it's like,
right.
I was like, blog era? Wale? You don't know that? Not thinking this is a 20-something-year-old.
Yeah,
you don't know about the blog era. So with these, like I said, these loud voices, they remember balling. They remember the Diplomats era. And their Diplomats era, honestly, They weren't even out in the club or touching grass during all that. They remember that from what their parents was bumping, what was
Right.
popping at their little high school parties and like that, or junior high parties. And Jim reigned supreme for them strictly off the fact of that's their funkadelic. You know what I'm saying? That's not,
Yeah.
we had music before hip hop and then we had hip hop. So we
Right.
grew up with hip hop. That was their like, oh yeah, no, that was the truth. Because my
Mhm.
daddy, my mama know Jim
Mhm.
Jones and I know Jim Jones. But
Mhm.
who know Nas?
Right.
Because it gets to now, if you go to Illmatic, their parents might be just hitting 40.
Right. Like I
You
said,
know what
this,
I'm saying?
it's a what you call it thing, man. It's a generational thing because they had to pull. Did you see the clips of him doing the Summerfest and
Who
Funk
not?
Flex Jones? They had to cut
Okay.
his set short because the crowd was pretty much like, man, would you please get this fucking elder, this dude, this Peter Pan of hip hop, you get his ass out of here,
And
please, they did the same thing to Meth and remember the whole thing with Meth and Red. It's
yeah,
they just not feeling,
right.
that our
And
era of hip hop.
And I blame that on the venue in that one for both cases. I blame that on the
Mhm.
venue for what happened to Jim. I blame that on the venue especially for what happened to Red Meth.
Mhm.
Because the fact of the matter is, one, besides the fact that Wu Tang is tearing down shows right now and they're headlining.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that we know Red Meth can go out and headline over in Europe, over in Asia, and come back here and do their thing.
Good and
Some
Mob is on tour too. Good and Mob is still out there. They back at it. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is the
Yeah.
farewell tour, which is
Yeah.
sad to see
Mm.
that this is the farewell tour of them. But yeah, exactly. These cats can still do it and do it at a high level. It's what became for the crowd that they attract that Sexy Red, Lotto, Ice Spice are a bigger draw than these people. And that's what I'm saying. These people didn't live through, these crowds didn't live through what Nas being a thing about. But where Jim has to come to a reality, Jim has had beefs and they were, okay, they happen. Nas and Hove shut stuff down, dog.
So
You
it
want
was
to talk
just a
about impact?
Yeah, it was just
Nas and Hove
it was a
shut stuff
different
down.
era, and it's not even a conversation really to be had. I think we spent maybe where we at now 12. Yeah, we just spent almost 10 minutes too long on that. I just wanted to put it out there, get my little 2 cents in about Jones because it's not even a fair comparison. Especially if you know a little something about a little something. It's not even it's not even that deep. You know what I mean? Because if
Nah,
you know, and that's what it was. I didn't mean to step on the original what you call it, the topic we was talking about. Let's circle back to that, man, because I understand that's your team. Like I said, as far as the Griselda movement, those dudes, it never really gelled with me
well,
because to me they sound like too many dudes. It's like a collaboration, like the dudes I like their nephews and sons or whatever. That's who they sound like to me.
well,
They sound like a version of a Wu to me. But go ahead, man.
well. Here goes the thing. It's not even so much about Griselda, the point that I was getting here. It was a point of that subsection of the genre. So with the second point here, which is the main topic we getting into for this joint, um, there was recently Benny the Butcher put out a tweet that he is like all respect and praise goes out to cats with respectable and believable coke rap. And that led to a whole bunch of dialogue online, on blog posts, and everything else, on vlogging about the fact of with the clips coming out, because that's who we're going to focus on here. With the clips coming back out, Malice is 51, I believe,
No malice.
and no Malice, excuse me, is 51, I believe, and Push is, I believe, 48 or 49 right now. And they're like, okay, when are these cats going to basically grow up, change up, whatever? Why are y'all still rhyme about coke and y'all been MCs for this long? Y'all been making money off of music this long? And my whole point and my whole outlook on all this is, one, why and why is everybody else policing and controlling our genre to the point of what stories we can and should be telling? Because it's literally Our voice is the only thing that is blocked into, oh, well, don't you have something different to talk about? And that kind of bothered me because, one, when all these people are telling these stories, they're not telling one story. And shout out to Jalopy Bungus. That's where um, I definitely will link his video in the description, because that's where I first got the idea of going here with this. Um, After like watching and viewing it, because it's just like, all right, these cats talk about more than just coke, but it's the envelopment of, that's a carrier. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's what turned me off about it when, he's solidifying saying, these only dudes, that's at that age, whatever, talk still got that coke flow. And it's like, bro, we passed that. And like you said, it's a lot deeper. They're not just talking about dope, man. They breaking down the whole system.
right.
Only thing you stuck on is the dope part. And that's what made me mad about your man putting that tweet out like that. Talk
Well,
about, yeah, we got to salute these dudes for doing that. Like, bro, they did more than just that.
well,
Shit, bro. Let's go to the funeral.
right.
We
Well,
ain't talking about dope, man. That's
he
what
was
pisses me off.
he well, in his overall view, he was covering that, but
Okay.
it made other people not cover that.
Okay.
And so what it goes down to, because his thing was, I like that these cats is believable. When they spitting it, when they saying it, it's not some poser trying to play
Yes.
gangster, trying to play like they in the game. You could tell and you could hear there's game in the game. Then everything else they're talking about is bigger.
That's he fucked
And
up there because he stepped on his message beat down because you only got people attention span for what, 2-3 minutes max. That's when you sent me that video. I saw 9 minutes. I was like, bro, that's way too long. And I'm at the gig. I was like, bro, I can't watch this dude, do the whole thing, whatever shit. I'm rocking out tonight. I ain't got time to be sitting here watching him, do his thing or whatever and get his
got you.
views up. Come watch us do our thing or whatever. But
Well,
with
here
him,
go.
when he said that or whatever, I was like, bro, you can't lead with, oh yeah, these are the only ones that's believable or whatever. Like, bruh, usher these cats in. You know what I'm saying? Don't they deserve the respect? That's what my whole thing is. Don't just start at the end where they at now, bro. Bring them along.
Well,
It ain't hard to bring the clips along. Go ahead.
here goes my view on it. When we give the carrier, the fact of the matter is, you and I both we're beverage people. You don't drink Everclear straight. You go and mix it into Coke. You go and mix it. You go and mix it into a little bit of iced tea.
Yeah,
You
you
mix
put
it
in
into some
you put
juice.
in,
You know what I'm
in your
saying?
what you call
Whatever,
it, man,
and that's what gets it
and
there.
your hurricane or your slurricane, whatever that.
Exactly. But the
That's how you
fact of
do
the
that.
matter is, you're
Exactly.
trying to get the Everclear. These cats, if you look at the points of what they're doing, so I was looking at the fact of, you got the people like the Clips, the people like Jeezy, going back to Raekwon,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
even Jay-Z in their point. That's 4 different aspects of one game, but all using the dope game as the carrier.
Yes.
Because what you're looking at is what the Clips and Pusha was doing was giving you morality and the bleak aspect of what's going on in the game. It wasn't just dope
Dope.
only. When
That's
you get into Raekwon is giving you the hustle, the come up, and that move. Jeezy is giving you the aspirational stuff. This is what this life look like. This life is crazy, it's wild, and you get this. It's that
and
that
then he started talking about
aspirational BS.
then he talk about your president.
Right.
Come on, man. Like I
And it,
said, don't leave out the meat.
right.
That's all.
And where it bothered me is, I heard you got people like Scorsese, De Niro, um, Mario Puzo, and all these people that sit up there and tell the same old mob tale all the time. No matter the age of the protagonist, no matter how old the story is, they could tell you about these same mobsters, the same names. This is Lucky Luciano, and this was the Gambino family. Everything 10 times over, and everybody will keep buying that movie, keep renting that movie, make
Like I
sure
said,
it's in their collection.
I like your dude. I just don't like his message on
Right.
this particular thing, man. He's solid in his own in his own right, but dude, you fucked this one up to me. As far as you went on Twitter and actually got your thoughts together, and you still had a brain fart or something because you forgot who you were talking about. It ain't about just the dope. If that's all you If that's all you focused on, man, then stop paying attention to him then, because you fucking up their brand. And I saw something on Joe Buttons where they were talking about, do you think Pharrell saved all his dope beats for his his favorite artists? I was like, nah, because they probably got back in the studio and he started cooking up when he started hearing what they were, what I'm saying, when that whole collaboration, what I started off in the beginning, as far as brothers being in the same room, getting in a vibe again. I don't think he was just saving that. I think that shit was organic, and it shows because the beats matched the lyrics.
Oh
Now
man,
it's,
the
hey man, check
tonality,
your inbox, everything. Yeah, check your inbox. I
the
sent you something.
tonality of tracks, because that doggone so be it.
Oh my, see, game changing, game changing. It's like it's old, new, and damn near futuristic. All in one, and that's the clips. They've been on that shit. It's like these motherfuckers ain't lost a step. It's like they've been sitting on that. Like we've been waiting just to drop that. But Norm P, he probably put it together right then and there. Like, oh, okay, let me hear something first. I got it,
Man.
and cook that up for him right then and there. So and Joe and I was getting upset because he was like, he's hoarding all the dope beats for his favorite, what's called it. Even if he is, so it fits.
I'm going to say that's a lie, strictly for the fact of going back to listing the stuff that he did with I'm trying to think of the name of the group. It's going to piss me off. Oh dang. It's a crew off the West Coast. I know their label, Destin Entertainment, but it did that joint Last Kiss.
Those young dudes, the little skinny black dude or whatever. That was hard.
When they did that Last Kiss was freaking phenomenal. Pharrell, he lost his mind.
Yeah, he
lost his mind
that.
on that.
I haven't heard that shit in years. I
dog,
used to watch the video. It's hilarious. But yeah, I know you talk about that. Those dudes are damn. What happened to those cats, man?
The label system, man. And what's crazy about that is to let you know the cosign was real. You got Pharrell production on there. You got Childish Gambino popping up in your video.
Yep.
They had Kendrick on their first project when Kendrick was just K Dot.
Mm-hmm.
Like these cats, they had the cosign like hell, man. It's just the label system is a horrible thing. But yeah, understand that these dudes really hit more than just one aspect, and you shouldn't. You look at, if, like I said, Scorsese and all these cats can tell the same story, but like, oh no, The Irishman is about going into your elder years and still protecting Omerta, and being an elder statesman and this and that. Okay, so these cats aren't doing that. A Bronx Tale is actually a love story that has the mafia as a backstory. Okay, so when Push is telling you about, basically in a verse, telling you about the fact that somebody's uncle is a dope head, robbing the house and molesting his niece, that ain't telling you about the morality and the aspect of what this game is doing to somebody. Like what?
That's what I'm saying. You don't hear nothing. Only thing you see, only thing he's your man heard was he's solidified in the dope game. He talked that he got that coke flow. He that dude or whatever. Like, bro, you gotta please.
It's the vehicle, man. It's the juice.
That's it.
It's the juice. It's the soda. It's the
corner store, man.
The
It's the corner store, man. You go into he's the bodega, man. He's that dude. He's been like that, and it's like that's the only thing you get from Push in the clips. Mr. No Malice now, he really changed his name to let you know, bruh, we ain't on that bullshit, man. We didn't elevate it, man.
Yeah.
It had the CEO of labels, all kind of shit, man. And stepped out of the game and stepped right back in as if and could dust anybody off. Any group right now cannot fuck with what these dudes are doing right now. Nobody, old or young, as of now.
And what's crazy right now, going back to over 100 episodes, we've reviewed a lot of albums. We've talked about a lot of projects. Some have served what they were supposed to do. Some of them have served disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
It's project. Did you see the track listing?
No, I have not seen the track listing, man. Like I said, I've been trying to flush out all the bullshit and let some of this new stuff come in or whatever. And it's just been a lot going on right now where I haven't had the time to sit back and and digest a whole lot of the new stuff that's out. It's like I'm waiting, and then I'll lock in and get back to it. But
Well,
just like I said, I'm just on the surface level with the stuff I see in the clips, and the stuff that we doing. And it was like, dude, we got to say something about this goofiness, man. Like, bruh, you got a platform, don't fuck it up. Do your due diligence, man.
well, just hipping you to the game real quick. The track listing right here, just with the features on it, you're talking about. You got Nas, of course,
K
the
Dot,
clips themselves.
yeah,
K
K
Dot
Dot.
is on there. Tyler is on there. Of course, Pharrell is making his appearances on there. It's like, and the rumor is they're hiding it, but Jay is on there too.
You got to think about it, because we don't know when we're gonna get another one.
Yeah,
Because these guys could pull the plug. I'm like, yeah, we've been cool and gonna be cool. We don't have to drop. You saw what they pulled. They left Def Jam. What's it called? Because because of that whole K Dot situation or whatever. It's like, you mean
dog.
take him
How
off?
much?
You want me
How?
to take him off the joint? The fuck out of here.
How?
Okay.
I forgot John Legend on there.
Mhm.
The Dream comes back. Stove God Cooks is on there. I mean, it's
Mhm.
Ab Liver
Like I said,
going back to their mixtape era, bringing their homeboy back out.
all I
Like
need is them. That's all. Like I said, I've been a fan since the funeral. Ever since the
it's
video, the song, and was just like, and then they went away again, and then they came back out. After the funeral. If y'all don't understand, go Google the clips, the funeral. You'll understand and be like,
the
oh,
funeral. The funeral was crazy, and then to come
oh.
back from the funeral with grinding.
See,
mm,
that's what I'm saying, man. These dudes, they got the recipe, man. They know when and where to drop, and they got the right crew. Like I said, man, brothers, and Pharrell is the honorary brother,
Yeah,
of the clips. So, like I said, man, these cats. That's why I wanted to address your man a little bit, because I think he stepped on his message, and we gotta. If you're gonna talk about the clips, please do it correctly. It's not. It's bigger than just the dope game, and if that's all you see. Like I said, if you look at Jay-Z, all you see is a dope dealer.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at Jeezy, that's all you see. Ti, the list goes on and on. All you see is just a drug dealer. Okay,
You're not listening to the messages. One, besides the fact that they're bringing that news out. Like I said, we don't ask mafiosos to stop telling their stories. Podcasts ring off
right,
because, like, yo,
right.
this cat that used to be a connected guy is up there telling stories.
The
Oh,
same
this
story,
person that
just
was, it's
different
yeah,
shows. The same.
yeah,
How many
and
times you seen Sammy the Bull tell the same fucking story?
dog,
Different platforms getting a check for each fucking platform. But I digress. Go ahead,
yeah,
bro.
we'll watch The Sopranos. Scorsese can come out with a new movie next week. We could hear that somebody else that was on The Sopranos got a new show and it's a twist off of this and
Hmm.
yada yada yada, and you're going to check for it. Oh, there's a new Jimmy Hoffa movie, whatever. Everybody's going to check it, but that's cool. But us talking about the dope game, and dog, you have to understand there's levels to this. Whether it's from the bottom hustler end of it to the mogul end of it. Look at not Rick Ross that y'all all know, but if somebody literally stepped into the shoes of telling somebody like Rick Ross, like the real Freeway Rick story, and
Hmm.
was up there, it's like, yo, dog, just from a political aspect, yo, dog, I'm getting Contra drugs to push out in the joint and spitting that political game on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumping poison, but I'm pumping poison for the government. Like, what?
Hmm.
Do you know how crazy that project would be? Because that's on once again, a whole nother level of intrigue. We're not
That goes to, again, we could be looking at the same thing and then have two different versions or two different views on it. And I guess he was just looking at it that way. He didn't want to go too deep. But with certain individuals, you have to. That you're doing it a disservice. You're doing that group a disservice by not telling the full story. It's like only half of it. You got half of the math. Come on, man.
hmm
We need all of it, fam. Don't just, go to the part that you like. We need all of it. I
Yeah,
understand it may be a little bit too highbrow for you, but fuck, they saying some shit, man.
yeah.
So, all right, man. Yeah, we didn't smash a quick 30.
right
Shit,
there
man.
right there in the pocket. Hey,
Yeah.
appreciate everybody for coming back around for our inaugural return right here. We are going to go hop right back into it. Thank y'all. Shout out to the whole Schwabel room, the whole crew. Shout out to our regular listeners and any new ones coming in. And we love y'all. We'll be right back at it.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.